Jacob worked 7 years for Rachel. Breaking news, you're not Rachel. You're Leah. And he's not Jacob. God works in mysterious ways. You applied to go and pop the balloon. Ain't nothing mysterious about that. That's just desperation. It's in a season of waiting. You've been waiting for him to ask you out for 6 months. This season is over. I just need a fresh start. No, you just want a fresh man. That's why the old dude felt boring. God told me he's my husband. Then why are all your text bubbles green now? Something must have changed. On this missing rib, you make him want to go vegan. I had a dream about them. Because you went to sleep stalking his Instagram. That's not God. That's greed. God told me he was going to be my man. Why did he go tell him that? Because in his ear got, shh, no, that's not her. He's a chain breaker. If you keep stalking him, you gonna be in chains. Physical ones. You gonna be locked up. Well, God's writing our story. Whatever pen he was using ran out of ink. Whatever Kindle he was reading on died. It's over. Well, I'm praying for him. No, you are praying on him. Leave that brother alone. He does not want you. I'm waiting on the Lord. He's waiting on you to stop being weird. You tainted his name. God's not weird. He's an on-time God. Then it's time to worry about yourself. Worry about you. Stop worrying about him.
This is an ouchie video. We're going to talk about it. But first, hey friend, welcome to my channel, Queen of Mental Gems. This channel is dedicated to leveling up in all areas of your life. Let us learn together, read together, but most importantly, grow together. Now, without further ado, let's get into this video. Now, friends, we are having an ouchie moment, okay? Because yikes, who want to hear that they're Leah? And I know some of you guys are like, I'm not a Leah. I'm definitely a Rachel. No, let's talk about this because we have to hurt some feelings so we can avoid being hurt. Because to me, the concept of Leah, where I am speaking on it from, is not your physical looks. I'm not saying that you're Leah because you're not your sight. You know, you soar, make people's eyes soar. That's not what I'm saying in the Bible. But it's really for the women, because we talked about centering men and how we're going to decenter men. And this is kind of a part 2 based on the dialogue that was in the comments of that video. And I'll post that video in the comments for you guys if you haven't seen it already. But we're talking about when you're thirsty, when you have desperate energy, when you are not loved, when you're playing the role, like a lot of women like to call themselves the main chick. When they like to call themselves the main chick, like he stays with you because he has to, but who he really loves is out there. Or even if you're the side chick and you're the favorite and he'll do all that, but he still is obligated to his wife and stays with his wife, and you're playing that role. Leah, to be the Leah, has so many facets. And I'm going to help you recognize if that's the role that you're playing, and even in your own marriage, or if while dating. I'm not gonna lie. Like, again, I said, it's not a physical thing. I played the role of Leah. I've played the role of Leah where I'm like, hey, this person is not giving as much as I would like. And I tell you, I don't play that praise God, hallelujah, because once God gives you the discernment to see that, you walk away, you cut throat. Like, it ain't nothing for me to cut people off. You got to be cutthroat to cut it out and just be okay. This is what this video is about. It's going to be giving you some motivation to walk away with no hesitation, but also to recognize when you are the Leah. And this is not the sugar. I'm going to hurt some feelings. This is real cutthroat. I don't care if you're already married. You need to watch this and see how to change that, okay? And I'm telling y'all, I'm not speaking what I don't know. Y'all know I'm not speaking what I don't know. I have a lot of brothers. I've lived and I've been around a lot of people, okay? So the number one is the obvious one is that you're typically the one chasing, how you have desperate energy, how you're delayed, how you need to know to cut off, you're initiating contact, okay? You're the one always trying to reach out. And even if he reaches out every now and then, it's not like enthusiastic, like they miss you. He doesn't go out of his way to communicate with you. If a man is comfortable, I always say that. If a man is interested in you, he will not be comfortable going days. If y'all were already talking like that and it's not emergency, it's a frequent thing. Once or twice that happens when there's like an emergency, like you're dating someone, I don't know, someone in their family literally just died, or it's exam season for them if they're still in school, or there's like this project. They tell you in advance. Like, one thing I know when someone's really, really interested is you don't have to fish for information of what's going on in their lives when they go silent. You don't have to wonder and ask. If they're silent, I know why. They already told me this season I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be doing that, and this is da da da. So you're not like confused, like, why is this person, One, the person is not gonna go be comfortable 2-3 days not hearing from you. They're going to come talk to you. And another thing, women, y'all have to take this is, if y'all were talking, you in your mind, you feel like you were having a deep conversation, y'all were going in and you were connecting, getting to know this person, you like their intelligence, and then they just stop responding to your last text, right? And you said something profound. Explain. Like you're explaining your thought process on something or your belief on something. And they didn't answer. 2-3 days later, they hit you up and start a whole new conversation. They don't even acknowledge the last thing that y'all spoke about. And you just kind of feel like, okay, once or twice, I might be like, maybe you forgot. I'm telling you, maybe you forgot. Because sometimes I don't want people to be super intense to where things happen and then we're like super extreme, right? That's what I'm saying, once or twice. But never let it be like a third time. 3 strikes really got to be you're out. And this is not for cheating. Just saying. I'm saying in this context, instead of recognizing if you're a Rachel or Leah, 3 strikes, you're out. If you just like the first time you did that, all right, bet. He could have been doing something intense, because I've had times where I literally be like, oh, I missed this person. To me, in my thoughts, I responded to you, but I genuinely forgot. I didn't respond, right? And so I go back, I'm like, oh my goodness. I realized that I left you on red. The thing for me to do is respond to the last message, apologize, and then keep it moving, right? But if I just start a whole new conversation, that person's feel like they can stop and start. It's a test. You got to set those boundaries. They can just cut off conversation with you, pick up and left. Like you're a toy at this point. I'm not a toy. I'm just going to stop responding to you. I'm not going to do that. If you keep doing that and then you take it forever, and then, yeah, no, we're not doing that. You're a Leah. Especially for my dating girlies, right? The other thing is, if you text a person, I know people are like, oh, don't look at social media and this and that. But like, if you got time to be on your phone, to post on your stories, to do this, whatever, and y'all talking, because a lot of times women are delusional and they sentiment and they're over obsessing. You need to know the signs to walk away. If you see you hit him up, you text him, he hasn't responded, it's been there, you waiting by the phone. You actually waiting because you have no life. We talk about that in decentering men. You need to get a life. That's first and foremost. But say you caught yourself in that situation one too many times, and he legit does not respond back to you, but he posted a story. Well, that's interesting. You need to know, you know what? No matter what, I'm done. I'm not responding to this person. Like that's cool. If they go hours after that, and it's not like posting a story like work related, it's just something funny or whatever. And you're like, okay, bet. You see them casually living their lives while you're waiting. No, because I'm telling you right now, when a man is into you, when a woman is into you, I have never been into someone and I know I didn't respond to them and I just show them that, oh, I'm just going to keep living life and posting. That's crazy, right? If you have my number, right? Now, if you messaging me through Instagram or whatever, like that's something different, because some people just don't open their DMs or inboxes as frequently. It's overwhelming. You get a lot of messages or whatever. It's overwhelming stimulation. But if y'all texting like that and you left them on red for 2-3 hours and then you just go post, it's a sign of disrespect and you need to see that. Am I being a Leah right now? Because I'm pushing. Because what was with Leah? Leah was not the favorite. Rachel was. Okay, there's somebody he's talking to that, trust me, he's not going to let them see that he just went and posted and disregarded you. There's someone he's doing that to. You need to know your worth. Cut that off, period. Now, I'm a slow responder with messages because I do a lot in a day, right? So I do a lot, especially weekends, be super busy, family, friends, whatever. So I take time to respond. But if the person, because that's another thing, taking their time to respond, again, someone I'm interested in would not have to fish for that. And then when you do respond, you give them your undivided attention in responding, in-depth responses, thoughts to it. And some text messages, like if you're getting to know someone, even if it's like long distance, right? Some conversations you guys may be having can be so in-depth and so thorough that it takes a little time to respond, because you can't just respond casually. So depending on the context, like even me and my best friend, we send each other voice notes all the time. And depending on what we talk, sometimes the voice note could be 10 minutes long, okay? Because we're so busy, we can't dedicate an hour to talk on the phone or two all the time. So it's send me to know when I have time, I listen, I respond, blah, 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 vice versa to get what it's out. So it could be 10 minutes. I know if I see a voice note that's heavy like that, I'm not just going to casually, while I'm doing stuff, respond to it. I'm going to wait till I have time. So she might not get a response until 2-3 hours later. Same with her. And that's okay. You can gauge those things. But if it's just a simple, hey, how are you? I was just checking up on you, da-da-da. The person cannot, like basic text, I'll respond quick. It don't require much thought, whatever, for me to just say, hey, I'm good, whatever, I'm checking on you. You were Leah, girl. You were Leah. Another thing I noticed, you having a conversation with a person, you're explaining something about yourself, and they quickly make it about themselves. That could be a trait of narcissism too, or that person's full of themselves or whatever. That can happen. But it's like, okay, they're constantly not asking follow-up questions. They don't care to really know you or the depths of your thoughts or what you think about this for real. They quickly go on to their point. They don't ask no follow-up questions, nothing like that. They really don't care to know anything about your mind. Like, they're not interested to know why you think the way you think, or this, what's your point of that. They move over conversations quickly. Like, everything is just so fast-paced to where they don't really slow down with you. I've noticed that men that are interested in you, they don't rush along conversations. They don't rush along meeting with you, talking to you, engaging with you. It's not a rushing process, because when you're doing something fun, you're around people you love, you take your time, right? You slow down. If a man is always rushing, y'all on a date, he's rushing, y'all having a conversation, he's rushing, y'all out, and you could be in a marriage like this. I've witnessed people be in marriages where either the woman or the man, they're rushing. They're always rushing to do something when it's quality time with the person. And it's like, girl, you a Leah, girl. Because when you are fun, entertaining, y'all just like that, the person is going to want to be around you. They're not going to rush the process of engaging with you or being with you, right? Another thing is, if a man is, when he's, this was a little tricky, because I noticed that I'm a strong believer in you don't date a man that's made it clear that you're not his preference, right? If he has a specific preference and you're not that preference, don't date that man. Don't date that man, because he just settled for you. And I know we settle in some point, some level. But if it's like extreme out there, like for instance, the man likes to date 6 feet tall women, and you 5'2". Okay, he likes tall women, it's just not a thing. Or even if it's as shallow as skin tone, or, whatever. Hey, if you're used to dating this type of skin tone or this race of women or this, da-da-da, I'm not that. I know I don't fit that description. I'm not going to set myself up. And then you look at other signs also, because sometimes someone could not be your preference, but they're even better than what your preference was. That could happen, right? Or they might not be your preference in one area, but it's an area that's so, like, I could do with that. Like, it's not a big deal type of thing. So you have to look at everything else, because you might not be a person's preference, but you got to look at everything else. How is he treating? Like, you'll know deep in your core if he's settling for you. Another thing, if the person tends to, because Leah was still popping out babies, okay, for Jacob. And a lot of women do that. You with your baby daddy, your baby daddy, because he ain't made you a wife. He ain't made you nothing. You have like 5-6 kids by this man, or you constantly popping out kids by men. And you see that they don't really stay around instead of giving you what you really need. And the thing is, they see you as a breeder or someone that I want to lay with, and oops, you're always a oops baby. It's not to hurt feelings, but it's to let young ladies know, that haven't fallen into this trap yet. Because there's a lot of people in our communities that do. And you have to understand that Rachel didn't have kids for Jacob for a long time. She couldn't conceive. And guess what? He still loved her. You even talk about Samuel's dad, the prophet Samuel, loved the mom more than his other wife, right? And she couldn't conceive. It was a miracle that she conceived. It shows you that men, their love is not based on whether you could have children or not. It's not. Not all men, because throughout the Bible, it shows he's going to love who he loves. His Rachel is going to be his Rachel regardless if she could conceive or not. There's men that want babies, but their wives can't conceive, but they love their wives so much that they just adopt. They look into other options. They're good. They're willing to make it work because they love. And you notice these men were willing to give their women whatever. Like Samuel's father was willing to give his mother double portion of food, double of everything, because he just loved her so much. Same with Jacob with Rachel. So when a man really is interested in you and you're the Rachel, he wants to give you, support you. You see that in everything you do. He wants to give you the best of it, right? If you are getting crumbs in a relationship, crumbs of his time, crumbs of his love, crumbs of his affections, you are a Leah. You are a Leah, because a man that sees you as a Rachel gives you double portion. Double portion. Y'all got to know the stories, right? They provide without hesitation. They love without limits, right? They rather die. To the point Samuel's mom literally said, am I not better to you than 10 sons? Am I not better to you than 10 sons? Why did it say that? It's like, I provide for you. I give you everything. That's how they talk. You should not have to fish for compliments if someone's interested in you. Like a lot of you guys been talking to a man for years, months. In your mind, he's courting me. You're in the perpetual getting to know you stage. And it never escalates because this man will not even flirt with you. You do not have, unless he's like really socially awkward, autistic or something. And I'm being for real, you do not have to fish for compliments like you're beautiful or I like your smile, your eyes or this or your brain. Like you don't have to. If he avoids any of those things, but he just talks to you, some people be bored. So I used to do that. I've learned to not do that. I don't like wasting people's time. I don't want people to waste my time. I'd be real bored. And I'm a sapiosexual. I really like conversation and stimulation. I'll talk to someone that's really interesting and that knows a lot of interesting stuff, and I'll just talk to you, but I'm not like interested in you, right? You're wasting the person's time. And the person, if they try to give me a compliment or take it that direction, I'll divert the conversation quick or just don't respond. You got to recognize when people are doing that to you. It's not nice to do to people. I don't recommend you do that to people, but you got to recognize when people are doing that to you. Like if they can't even give you a compliment, be a little fun, flirty with you, tease. Men don't even know how to act when they're around girls that they like that. When I say act, like I don't mean like they're all wild and this and that. I mean like it's obvious in the smile, the gazes, all of those. So if you're constantly confused, like you could talk to someone, the person could say, oh, I was interested in you at such and such time, but you didn't wait. No, there was no indication that you were interested. You didn't make it clear. There was like absolutely zero compliments, zero anything, no kind of, it was just not obvious. It should be obvious if someone's into you. They make it clear. Because you see, when you are a Rachel, when you are a catch, just like Jacob, he was willing to work for her for 7 years and 7 more, 14 to get her. A man will lock it in. He did whatever. He got stuck with Leah just so he could be with Rachel. He didn't want her, but he's like, man, whatever. All right. They will do that for you. They will lock it in. Okay? They will lock it in. They're not going to want another man to get you. They're not going to want another man to come and entertain you. That goes into also you putting in a lot of efforts in your look. You're putting a lot of efforts in losing weight, doing this, doing that. And then the guy around you, he'll just have his old gym shorts, socks, sneakers, whatever. No effort. Zero effort. All the time. Even if you're at home, men like to look at women when they look all sloppy, right? Oh, no effort, sloppy days. That's why they cheat, right? But you as a woman, you feel the same way. Women can describe like, man, when my husband takes a bath and sprays himself with that cologne, brushes hair, he's all clean up, nice haircut. You just want to jump on the person, right? That's how it is. Women, you see the reels and TikToks and stuff.
Turn the AC on. Turn the AC on.
I love it.
That's how women are. Men are the same way, right? So if the man stopped caring along the way to look that, it's fizzling out. Something needs to be done. The moral of the story, if you get nothing from this, is that the highest key is that you will know if you're Rachel and Leah. You will know, pray about it too, especially if you're in your dating, when you're single. God is the perfect matchmaker. I'm not obsessively seeking those things, but I know I will know. If you're too sexual, you going at them, people will be like that. They're not interested in you for real. You're just a pretty girl, and they feel like, let me see if I can get something. But you're not really a Rachel. They'll lay with you. They'll give you kids. They'll do flirty stuff that's not wholesome. There's wholesome flirting. Like, don't be vulgar. That's what I'm saying. Don't be vulgar. And the person will touch you and do all that and then be so confused. Like, no, we don't do that, right? But how do you combat this? If you're already married, there needs to be some therapy, counseling, conversations that's being had, some prayer, some fasting and praying to be like, oh my goodness, what is going on? Because you can fast and pray to have God let your husband have a desire for you. If you're dating or it's just a boyfriend-girlfriend situation, out. I'm telling you, what's clear to me, it's clear that the guy is not interested to how I'm interested, or is not giving enough, even if they're not, whatever. Listen, I've hurt so many feelings without shame. There's no people pleasing here with that. I have hurt so many feelings without shame. Like, you will call me and not cry me. You will show up from the other side of the country to come and find out why Kareem not talking to you, and you still won't find me, okay? Because they'll be like, nah, you peeped, you made it clear. You got to leave with your dignity, with your self-respect, and leave it alone. A lot of you guys don't leave with your dignity. You don't leave with your self-respect. Always trying to reason and understand why the person's not, why they don't like you, this and that. You got to be able to and willing to walk away. You have to be willing to walk away. Be willing to walk away from any situation. The toxic advice would be to tell you, if you're the Leah, here's what you need to do. Go get your hair done like this. Go lose some weight. Go change your hairstyle. Go do. That is toxic. Please do not go try to change yourself to become the Rachel. Don't try to change everything about you to now center the man. You need to watch out decentering. Do things for you. Because if you're stuck trying to attract that person, now you give desperate energy. And you ever seen an animal that smells fear? Men are like animals. They smell desperation. It's like, you're afraid to lose me? Yeah, I'm the prize. And they start to treat you away. And I know I hate the whole prize thing, prize culture. Like, I don't even subscribe to that toxic ideology. But this is coming from men in my life. The advice they give me. People that love me. If I'm dating someone, I explain the situation. No. You giving desperate, Kareem. Nope. And you know what? Oh, say less. And that's it. You will not get desperate for me. But men can smell it, okay? They can smell it that, oh, she's changing for me. She's being nice. She's like choosing, doing everything for she's waiting by. They can smell when you're waiting by. And it annoys them. Nothing annoys people more than knowing that they don't really feel someone like that. And the person keep pushing. Like, your phone get a notification. And you're like, ooh, is this guy again? That's not who you really want to talk to you. But they keep bothering you. Some men will be nice and they'll keep entertaining it, but you're a nuisance to them. And you got to cut it off and let them be free. Let them not be bothered. You have a lot more self-respect, even if the person never come back to you. Because a lot of you people, y'all cut off people hoping that cutting them off will bring them back or make them chase you. And that probably will not happen. Sometimes that just does not happen. But that's not why you're cutting somebody off. You're cutting them for your sense of peace, for your mental health, not to attract them. That's part of centering men, and we have to stop that. Have you ever been a Leah? Like, we all been there. We all been there. It'd be a lot to say you haven't. In my college years, oh my goodness, I was desperate, okay? Desperate energy. Desperate. And people could smell it. And they'll treat you how whatever. But once you get that confidence locked in, you lock in with God, you actually listen to advice. Because I have people around me that love me, that give me advice. And I just ignore the advice. Like, thinking I know better, this and that. It's like, no. I start listening to the advice. I'm like, wait, say what now? Now you're talking to me. Oh, best believe my brothers, they know. They gaze in, they're all up and through through the social media. They looking through because you gotta take counsel. And I'm not saying to take counsel from other people and not toxic people now, because a lot of friends give toxic advice, and it's not, they mess things up. I'm not saying that, but you pray and you know when someone's giving you genuine advice to look out for you and take it. Sometimes we can't see when we're in this situation. We really think the person is interested in us, and they're really not. And you look thirsty. You look crazy. You look thirsty. And we're not doing that, okay? Cut it off. Cut it off. Cut it off. Because whoever's interested in you, honey, you will not have to second guess it. You will just know. I love you guys so much. Leave a white heart in the comments if you agree. If you dedicate yourself to not being a Leah, no longer, put a white heart in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.